Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I know that you're probably confused, but we're actually going to be putting together back a pressed powder that has been broken quite a bit. My sister called me the other day and said that she broke her Becca highlighter, and so she wanted to know how she could put it back together so she could reuse it. And I couldn't help but do this video to help her out and help anyone else out, because you cannot break Becca and leave Becca broken. So, ingredients you will need, or materials, is 1 Ziploc baggie, your pressed powder, a spoon, 2 dry paper towels, 1 cup of water, and 1 wet wipe. And I'm using water because I have dry skin and so does my sister, but if you don't, you can use alcohol. A lot of people actually do use alcohol, but because I have dry skin, I'm going to not further dry it out by using more alcohol in my products. So, here are the ingredients you need, and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is take your spoon and take your plastic bag, have it open, and then carefully take that powder and dump it all into the plastic bag. And you can scrape anything that you need to into that bag. It's kind of stuck in there because you're going to want to start with a clean slate, so to speak. Just really clean that out. This was just a Wet n Wild highlighter that I had broken. Just try to get as much as you can out. Okay. I'm going to set that baggie aside, and then I am going to take the highlighter, compact, and the wet wipe and clean this off really well. So you want to make sure that you're staying hygienic, and also always starting with a clean slate is the best. That way you know that you did everything correctly and nothing else got in the way. And I just dig in all the corners. Okay. Now, I'm just going to clean off my area. I'm going to take the first napkin, the first dry napkin, and make sure that it's dry. Okay. And now, you're just going to take your water, dip your finger in, and just put like 3 drops down. If you do have a dropper, you can use that too. Okay, I did more like 5 drops. but I don't have just a regular eyedropper. So then you're going to take back your powder. Oop. A little more smoothly than I am. And pour that back in. And you don't have to dump it all. And then you can kind of see, I don't want it overspilling, so I'm going to take some away. Put it back in that bag in case I have more room for later. I'm going to take a few more drops. And layer back the water in. And then mix it all together. And we can add more water as we go, but I don't want to do too much at once in case, you know, we overflow it. But we do probably need more, so I'm just going to take a couple more drops. I can actually even go into the spoon and probably take about half a spoonful and then go back in, and it should become like a kind of paste with the powder. And it's okay if it gets messy, because you can always clean the outside. You do want it to become like a paste. So keep adding water until it does. Probably going to add. And again, you can always clean the outside. Kind of looks like wet sand. That is what you are going for. Okay. And clean up around it now. Okay. And there it is. It's kind of pressed back in. Here it is. It kind of looks like sand, and it's dripping a little, but that's okay, because the next step is going to take out extra moisture. So You're going to dry off your spoon. And then you're going to take your paper towel, your second dry paper towel, and whatever the design is, like I just have circles, whatever the design is on the paper towel is what the design will end up being in your powder. So just keep that in mind. I mean, not a big deal, whatever. But what you will do is this will help put the design in, but also help take the extra moisture out. You will just set the paper towel right where you want it, and then you can press. And you will just, I mean, it will become soaking wet. And I just take the spoon and press it in. You're pressing that design in, but you're also taking that moisture out. So I just go around all the corners. Be careful not to rip it. And then slowly lift up. And I can see that the design didn't really come through, but that's okay. The important part is that you soak up a lot of the moisture and that you get to reuse your powder. So again, I just flipped it over and I'm soaking it up. And just cleaning up around it. See, it's nice and pressed in. A lot of that moisture is out. Now, I won't use it right away. I'll wait about 24 hours. I'll keep it open, set it on a shelf, and let it air dry for 24 hours. And then you should be able to use it just fine. But it is in there pretty well. But, and see, you can see the highlighter right there. See? Still works. So I will let it sit for 24 hours just to sit out and air dry, and it should be as good as new. It may not look as pretty